Preview.
In recent years, university graduates in the Greater Bay Area have faced severe employment challenges. Many struggle to find jobs despite their high academic qualifications. This issue partly due to credential inflation as tertiary education becomes widespread. Once valuable, diplomas have lost their competitive edge. Tan, a University of Macau graduate, has experienced this storm firsthand. His recent job hunt highlights how credential inflation affects young people's careers.
I always thought that it shouldn't be difficult to find a decent job back in Zhuhai after graduating from the University of Macau with a degree in economics. But the reality has been disappointing. Now this job, although it is an administrative position with a monthly salary of less than 5,000 yuan, is already one of the most suitable options I could find.
The number of college graduates continues to grow, but the market's absorptive capacity has failed to rise in tandem. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, in 2023, the number of college graduates in China will reach a record high of 11.58 million, while the figure was only about 1 million in 2000, representing an increase of more than 10 times in 24 years. This rapid expansion has brought about structural saturation of the job market, especially as the supply of college graduates exceeds demand, further intensifying competition for jobs.
In my opinion, another important manifestation of the inflation of academic qualifications is that, for majors with strong substitutes, such as economics, high academic qualifications may be more favored than those that match the jobs. I think this is one of the reasons why many university graduates are now unemployed.
As reported by Fengshows, Guangdong Province has announced the extension of its unemployment insurance policy to help stabilize enterprises until December 31, 2025, in response to widespread unemployment. Zhu Siyu, a Macau native, is currently studying for a master's degree at the University of Macau, and she also has her own views on credential inflation.
I finished my undergraduate degree in Canada, and I worked in the bank for a year before starting for my master's degree. I wasn't very satisfied with that job, and I didn't think my study abroad experience was only worth less salary, so I decided to continue my graduate study at UM.
According to the statistics of Zhilian Zhaoping in 2022 and 2023, between master's degree, bachelor's degree, and college, the situation of bachelor's degree graduates getting the offer is the worst, and there is a difference of 5% to 10% with the other two in the total percentage of people. Meanwhile, the data of 104 Zixun Keji shows that the starting salary of almost all majors is higher than that of undergraduates. Through the data, it can be seen that the inflation of master's degrees is still less serious than a bachelor's degree in the market, and the competition is also relatively low. This is one of the reasons why Zhu Siyu chose to continue her master's degree. On November 23rd, Yang Maoyue released a video mentioning in a mocking tone the experience of some highly educated students who failed in their job search, and arguing that it is difficult for post-Linglings to even enter the workplace, let alone rectify the workplace.
不是，这00后不是要整顿职场吗？怎么职场都进不去呢？进不去你怎么整顿呢？最可怕的是什么呢？大家找不着工作了，就都觉得当网红好，啊，都想来卷我们。不是，那你们都来当网红了，我干什么呢？
This remark triggered a heated debate among netizens, many of whom said that he was sitting on his hands and could not understand the suffering of the public. Later, he released an apology video, apologizing for hurting the feelings of job seekers.
错了，发布这条视频的初衷是因为我刷到了一些大学生吐槽就业的视频，以及我后台收到了一些粉丝求助的私信，所以我想要通过这条视频了解一下大家的真实的困难，以及有什么我可以帮助到的地方。
This incident reflects the current situation of inflation of education. In the video, Yang Maoyue mentions the failure of highly educated students in job hunting in a mocking tone, which in fact reflects his observation of the current employment difficulties of college graduates. At the same time, the netizens' passionate denunciation also reflects that the value of higher education is no longer as high as it used to be, and everyone is caught in a difficult job search. The increasing popularity of tertiary education and the poor economic environment have led to the worsening of the phenomenon of credential inflation. Jingjing Liu, as a college instructor at Shupong College, has witnessed the graduation of one batch of undergraduates after another, and he also gives some of his own views.
I would like to take the example of Kong Yiji in Lu Xun's novel. In the market nowadays, the number of people who can really rely on their academic qualifications to put on long shirts may really be in the minority. Even so, there are still many people who pursue very high academic qualifications, think that they will be able to put on the long shirts. But in fact, whether you can put on the long shirts or not depends more on your ability and experience.
He also mentioned that young people should view academic qualifications as a starting point rather than the ultimate goal in the era of credential inflation. Beyond obtaining degrees, they are encouraged to be the breaker and pursue the long-short in a higher level. And young people like Tan, who are new to the community, will inevitably get lost in all these different voices.
This job is just a transition, and I'm still thinking about the future. I always wonder whether I should trust myself to find a better job or to open up another path, such as starting my own business. However, no matter what, I still hope that my academic qualifications can be put to good use so that I can gain a foothold in the society.
News from UM reporters.